Hey guys, so today I'm on my alt. I know, it's amazing. Wow. I know this is not like the best thing. So I'm gonna show you guys how we're actually going to get all the badges. This is a new version. So I don't know, since I'm on my alt, I get to show you all the new badges and all the old ones. This is like a full tutorial of a totally normal cafe, by the way, so I hope you guys enjoy. So first off, when you start off, you're not really going to be doing much, just entering the cafe, like usual. But what you need to do is, if there is an employee, you want to actually, go behind, well, if there isn't, you want to go behind the bar and get a drink. Personally, I do this in, small servers, which is what we're in right now, very small server. You want to get the sleeping juice. I don't really have any coins right now, so that's my problem. So I'm gonna get some coins. Give me a second. I need to... There is usually little bits of coins around. I say this and there sometimes isn't, so it just depends how long you've actually been in the game. Now, first off, I can show you how to get this badge, which this one's actually the easiest. You just wanna click, 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 click on the little red button right there on the screen, and you get the You Disgust Me badge. Now this one, it leads you to just a void with a TV in the middle. As you can see, it's a TV. You can talk to it, and when you talk to it, it will let you out of the void. So if you want to stay here, I wouldn't recommend talking to it. Now, as you can see on my alt, I only have basically no minutes on this game. On my actual real account, I have around, a lot. But the TV will talk for a bit, and, I'll say the usual stuff, loads and loads of "you disgust me," "you think you scare me," "no, you disgust me." This is what, the TV will all do, and then you'll see a white screen. So, that's basically the first badge you can get. Now, for the next badge, you want to... Well, this is also how you basically get to the rest of the game. Now, you can either talk to an employee who's actually working here to get you the sleeping juice. This is what you need. This is my alt, so... What you need is your sleeping juice. And all it'll do, around the rest of the map, it'll just do this. So, it'll just make you go sleepy, sleepy, sleep. But where you actually want to go isn't here. It says no sleeping juice allowed. But we don't care because we're a rule breaker. So, you'll sleep in here. It'll make your screen go black. And if you take it might take a little bit, but it'll bring you all the way back here. Now, there's this, which is Sam. You want to talk to Sam. He'll also let you out of this, of the second part of the bathroom. But he'll also give you the key. So, yeah, this is Sam. He does a lot of dialogue in this. My bad, guys. Now, the next thing you want to do, well, actually, all I can show you right now is the badge. That's the badge you get. So, it's called the mirror. Also, by the way, yeah, the TV glows now. But once you have the master key, you can come up here, and you can open this. Now, this is one of the main things in the game that actually gets you around the place. The key. The key lets you around, all of it. Also, by the way, this man over here, he doesn't look important for now. He isn't really at the moment, but he will be. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention, you can pet the cat. If you're lucky, you'll get a badge from that. Just kidding. Actually, I'm not sure, because sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. I don't know, I've heard a lot of rumors about it. But anyways, you can come down here. Now, there is this, which it doesn't look very, it does anything, but there's a rat. Now, this rat, it will talk to you. You'll also get a badge from this. And it says, hi, the usual stuff. It's a talking rat, of course. That's the reason how it's actually talking. But once you actually talk to the rat, you want to go back upstairs and see if you can get some cheese. Normally, there is like an employee there, they will get it for you. If they don't, like, just, you know, you can do other stuff, like beg. But basically, their name is Nacho, that's the rat. If you go all the way over here, well, actually, there's someone on the ship, so this is basically what it will normally be like. You want to sit down, type in moldy cheese. Hopefully they do their job. If not, they're just gonna be sitting there. No? Yes? No? Yeah, I don't think they're going to. Okay. Well, if they're not actually doing their job, well, you don't actually have to get them the cheese. It's just mainly for the lore. But if they're not doing their job, you can just, like, skip that part. Now, the next part you want to do is bring out the crowbar once again and break this. It might take a few strikes, but you'll get the next badge, which is you got through. And over here, you have one of my favorite areas. It's just a little chill hangout spot, but it's really, really big in the lore as well. And one of my favorite seats in the game. You know, the usual. But there's Henry Meldot's diary. It didn't matter how far away I ran, or where I ran, nothing changed. Sometimes I tell myself that I did everything I could to help the others, but it's not enough, and it will never be enough. All of it is my fault. That's basically what it just says. Now, if you do come over here, I would recommend turning your flashlight on for this. You can see there's the rusty door. Also, you might hear the breathing. Yeah, it's usual. It's locked for now, because what you need is 2,000 of the actual, like, coins in this game. But also, you get to see that guy. He's one of my favorite guys. He doesn't really have a name yet in the game, but people specify and think that it's Sam. But you never know. Also, I was in this server earlier, so this is like my actual main account who sat in the chair, you know, usual stuff. But also, since you have the key, you can come back here. Warning, flashlights may malfunction. Now, this doesn't really have a problem if you have the lighter, which you probably do if you actually follow these steps in order. Now, you can go in the library. I know, it's amazing. It's a library. There isn't really much in here, but there is a purple book. It's also pretty important later on in the story. It was here that a boy from another world fled to centuries ago. A boy whom many among us were wrong to fear, as the real monster had yet to come. But yeah, once you're in this room, you can just keep walking. It doesn't go anywhere at all. It just, like, keeps looping you in this area. But another part, this was actually part of the original update, is one of these. This is what most of us, well, aka me, call the depression chair. I would recommend if anyone with epilepsy skip this section, just in case, because it kind of, But as you can see, you get the next badge, which is sit down. Basically, this is just the depression chair. It spams a bunch of text on your screen. It's very depressing. Don't know what else to say about it. It's just the depression chair. That's some of the things you can get so far. But the next badges, you'll have to wait until it's like 2,000 in your actual money. What you can do now, though, is just relax, sit down, take a break, and just wait it out. Or, if you're, like to mingle, you can talk around with the other people who are actually in the game. Or, you can talk to Juan. That's his name, the guy who's obsessed with sleeping juice. Now, he doesn't do much at the moment, as you can see. But, there is NPCs around. But once you wait a little bit, which should be when your, counter gets to around, like, well, 2,000. Okay, for some reason my walking is glitching. My bad, guys. But once you get to 2,000, you can come up here. You can do this early as well. You can do this really early game. You don't have to wait. But if you go, you can talk to this guy who's on the roof. Now, if you like stay for a bit, he will give you the meat after you talk to him. That sounds really weird, but he will give you some raw meat and ask you to cook it for him. So yeah, once you get the meat, you can go back downstairs. There is multiple fires around, but personally, everyone goes to the one that's actually in the main lobby-ish area. Which is over here. So you can cook the meat on here, specifically here, and wait until it says cooked. Or if you're like me, well, this is the cooked version, by the way. Or if you're like me, you can wait until it's burnt, and then it's on fire. Also, you get to keep this as well. If you burn it, you keep it. But also, it can be used as a little bit of a light source, but it isn't good. So either way, I would recommend using a lighter, or if you're really, really, really like late game, you can talk to this guy again, and he'll, But this is the badge for some goodies for you. He'll open up a shop, by the way, if you leave and come back. He'll give you a shop. Now, here's some things that don't really do anything. The fedora doesn't really do anything, just makes you kind of look cool. The crucifix doesn't do anything, it's just a crucifix. The frying pan, you can hit people with it, doesn't hurt them or anything, it's just kind of like funny. The guitar plays music, so this basically turns you pink, and the lantern can be used as a good light source. The bulk light is the best light source in the game, with 5,000 feet being to buy it. Now what you need to buy is the rusty key. It used to be 2,000, now it's apparently 1,500, but that's the most key port, to do in the game. My bad, guys. I stutter a lot, Oh my god, it's a Sayori cosplayer. But yeah, while you wait, if you can, or if it is, you can sit here and you can play, the card game. It's basically, you want to get as close to 17 as possible for that, so. Or, while you wait, you can look around the place. Try and get some cheese for the rat. Oh. Okay, that might have been an update. Possibly. Great timing. I'm sorry, was that a sign outside? Hold on. Ooh! Hold on. New goodies. Oh, damn. So there was an update. Well, perfect timing for a video, huh? Oh yes, new goodies. Don't know what's new. Unless it's the shop that's downstairs. Why is it? Okay. Unless it's the one over here. If it's an update, it's normally a pretty big update as well. Although the update said that it wouldn't be that big, so you never know. I may come back on my other account and just edit this all together, but Well, we can see. Doesn't look like there's anything new, so. And here I thought there might have actually been something good. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're being if you don't want to wait, you can look around the map and there's so many coins around. The coins will give you money, by the way, if you don't want to, like, wait and stuff. Okay, we're back. I know, it's been a while. Sorry, I had to wait until I actually had enough so we can get the key. Now, once you actually go outside, also yes, I did get rid of some of my items because I had to rejoin different servers while I had to wait, so... If you come back up here now, you should have, 1,500-ish, and you should be able to get the rusty key. Now, this is basically the most important thing in the game to get through the rest of the law. So, now we need to go all the way back into the basement. I know, it's tragic. We have to go to the basement again. And this should get you one of the final last things to actually get the rest of the endings. Well, the only ending, really, at the moment. So, you should get the bad what lies behind, really. But that's the badge you should get. And you can probably see there's going to be a room at the bottom with Sam! I know, it's been a while since we've actually seen Sam. Okay, and once you do all of that, now we have to go all the way back upstairs. I know, it's tragic. Well, actually, just for those who want to save a little bit of time, I would recommend leaving and then rejoining around the exact same server, I would recommend. Or a different server, your choice. But once you do that, you can go, like, fully just rejoin. You should see. Oh, what's that? A light? Oh my god, who is that? Well, this for you guys is actually Sam's dad, I think. But I'm looking for someone. Yeah, it is Sam's dad, so... Also, what I would recommend, like, as well, is exploring outside and the map and everything, because even outside, there's some cool things that I would recommend, like, you actually going to seeing. So, basically, once you do all of that, you want to just kind of wander around for a bit, or do what everyone else does, so. Basically, you want to find Joanne's hat. Now, Joanne's hat is in the basement, so you're gonna come downstairs, open the door again, and go to the basement. Not to the rusty door, though. It's actually on the chair. Now, once you have Joanne's hat, you can go back upstairs, and then go back to seeing him. Again, like, it hasn't been that long. It's very easy to sum up, actually. But once you do that, you want to come back upstairs, talk to Joanne, and give him his hat. He'll give you a paper which says, "Meet me at the library." Now, the library is, well, the library. So you want to go behind here and go in here. I know, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it earlier. I would recommend walking into the wall or grabbing the lighter first. Quite hard to find without a light. So, usually I recommend looking. And then, of course, we're back to the library. Now, he should be right here so you can talk to him and you'll get the badge, this monster. Not gonna lie, I fully forgot his name. But basically, once you do that, I'd recommend pressing leave, and then you want to go all the way back downstairs. Into the rusty room this time. I know, it's tragic. We have to go back in that evil dark room. I know, it's scary. To go through the hallway. Recommend turning your flashlight on so you can get around, like, all the bends. But after that, you want to go into the rusty door. Go all the way downstairs through the little poop tunnel. And then Sam shouldn't be there. But this door should be open now. So you can go through the door. And you can do a little bit of a walk. I won't speak for this part as well. I'm trying not to speak over dialogue, so... And then, of course, you'll get the badge. A memory. I know, it's really weird the way it's laid out, but... it's also, you need to deep dive into the lore to find out everything. Next, there isn't much left to do, actually. What I would do now, though, is doing the final steps, which is leaving the game and going all the way to the badges. It's gonna sound really stupid, but you want to go and click on a memory, and then delete it. That sounds like the worst thing ever to do, but you need to do it. It's so you can get this badge. Now, if you go into whatever... oh, wrong thing. But basically, if you look at how many people have won that badge, it isn't very much. So, you want to join the cafe again. Any server will do. And it may just seem like you need to just, I don't know, wander around more. There is a few people I do know in this game, so... what you want to do is go downstairs. I think it'll still do it, even if you don't do all the steps again. I'm not entirely sure, though. Did last time I did it, so we'll have to check. But basically, once you enter the cafe, you can either come back down here, or you need to go back to talking to Joanne again. But just as what I thought it would be, you need to just go do this part again. Which is just walking and walking and walking and walking until you walk up to them. And of course, you'll get this cutscene again, which is just, you know, the cutscene. But once you rewatch all of this and get the badge again, I'll show you in a second. It's the exact same dialogue, by the way. I wouldn't recommend reading again. I wouldn't recommend reading it again. Unless you missed some stuff like last time when you were reading it, but I doubt it. But basically, you'll have to sit through this whole entire thing again. I know, it sucks. But, you know how it is. Once you get this badge again, it'll be like, oh, well, you would have wasted all the time getting that badge again, because, well, how does that affect getting the final badge in the story? It does a lot. Once you do that, you want to go all the way back outside. And it's my favorite color. Red. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final badge. I would like to thank all of you guys for watching my video, and thank you for following along. Thank you, and please subscribe. It's very appreciated. Liking, subscribing, turning your notifications on. I post around every so often, most likely daily.